That red button. Okay.
Hello and welcome to us reading letters on Zoom and not making bad jokes and sexual innuendo.
Well, there's some innuendo I'd like to make with
Let's
my.
commence.
What's that?
Let's commence.
Let's commence. Yes. I'd like to commence with going innuendo with my wife. Yeah.
Innuendo. Oh, we've already ruined that one. Okay.
Yeah, it don't take long. I'm that person that will turn anything into yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. Is it doesn't take long. So anyway.
No, wait, what? I didn't know she was talking to you. Well, I'm gonna have to tell her to stop doing that. Anyways, Eric Paul Johnson.
And Eric Winsenson.
I don't know which way to point. There, that covers both.
I think I'm over on. I think I'm.
I can't make.
Yeah, for some reason I'm the one to the left.
I know last week or week before I pointed Eric over there, and then when it posted, yeah, and here it is right here. It looks like I'm pointing to the closet. There, is that my finger's gone again? All right,
It popped back in there for a moment, but
all right. Bluebird. Comments Bluebird.
Okay, I'm about to say Bloomberg. He dropped out months ago. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mark Jella says, definitely agree with EPJ about this one. When you find out who the jet person was who didn't pick this as a single, let's get a posse together right out around the varmint up and make them face the music. It was probably some guy in New York City.
New York City?
Get a rope.
We got to get a rope. Does anybody even know what that is? That one of those commercials that everybody knows that seems to have lasted for 30 or 40 years longer than the commercial did?
Yeah, they're on YouTube.
No, I guess that's true. It's the future.
Ace Picante sauce. The old commercials are on YouTube.
Yeah, if you don't know what something is, like if old people make a reference to something, go look it up on Google. In 2 seconds, you'll find out.
Yep.
Nicholas Sadlier. There are two songs that best capture the atmosphere and feel of Secret Messages, Stranger and Bluebird. I really love the beautiful flowing and melancholy keyboard and tom-tom/drum machine pattern in the chorus. Sorry, Bev, if that is not you. No, it wasn't Bev. The guy who picked the E.L.O. singles should be tied to a chair, locked in a room, and made to listen to the Battle of Marston Moor at full volume till he pukes. Well, I'd kind of like that punishment to go on for longer than about 20 seconds, because it's not going to take long before he pukes if Battle of Marston Moor. He should hear the full version. You know, we should make an extended version. How about an hour-long version? You know, like they used to do back in the 70s.
Blame the Jerry Lewis version.
Yeah, there's also that one too. We can make that into the mix. Just you know, you recuperate things, you take things from here, from there, and make it stretch it out longer. Cruel and unusual punishment that it is. I think it fits the crime of not releasing Bluebird and other issues I have with these singles and not singles released from this album that we'll get to as we move on.
Terry Parkin says, that's a great song. Yes, not classic E.L.O. sounding. Well, no, neither is a lot of the stuff around this time, but like I said before, that doesn't really bother me as much because I like bands when they evolve. Unfortunately, bands at some point also decide, this is it.
Yeah, I'm going to ride this sound out until the band breaks out or we die.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true. Doug Payton, love this song. One of my favorites, except for one thing. The clap effect sounds like it came from a cheap Casio keyboard. It stands out for its cheesiness. No excuse for that. Case in point, the studio group Stars on 45. They would do medleys songs by other bands, all backed up by a disco clap beat. Say what you want about the disco-ness. The clapping sounded authentic, and that was from 1981. Otherwise, gotta love this song. I have no doubt that it was from a cheesy Casio. Well, E.L.O. had the money back then. A cheesy sound from an expensive keyboard, probably.
Exactly.
And I
Where,
thought also,
yep, Stars on 45. Yeah, I've always admired their integrity, or at least their stick-to-itiveness.
I've never heard integrity applied to the Stars on 45 or LP or 33 and a third, whatever they, depending on what format they were on. Oh, there was also Stars on CD, wasn't there?
I don't remember. Along with along with anything that's set up with people on it, my response to it was usually pull.
I kind of
Stars on 45 will keep shining in your eyes, and we can work it out.
and burning in your ears. Yeah, no, I never forgot the Stars on 45 because it's such an unusual thing that has always made me ponder about the medley craze of the early 80s. But I can understand since I was 12 at the time when it came out. And to get all those Beatles songs and all these albums, 12 years old, I don't have that kind of money. But I get snippets right here for a single that I paid $1.50 for at Smitty's. So that satisfies the craving.
Yep. Well, there is a modern version.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's people like DJ Earworm who do mashups.
Man,
And they basically take a bunch of songs, mash them together. It's not the same as Stars on 45, but it's basically if you want to hear one song being backed by the track from another song and throw another song on top of it,
I guess that's true.
then it's not too dissimilar.
I hadn't thought of that before. I guess that's Stars on 45 on top of Stars on 45.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I guess at that point, actually, if we can mix the two, then we've got Inception on 45.
You're blowing my mind.
Yep. And then we have to explain to people what a 45 is.
I think people listening to this podcast are old enough to remember what a
That's
45 is. Yeah. All right. I was going to go on about Stars on 45, but oh, geez, the idea's in my head. Wouldn't it be silly? Wouldn't it be silly to do a Stars on 45 podcast, song by
Yes,
song?
it would be very, very silly to do that.
Yeah, it would be. Would be.
It'd be
Blue.
silly.
Yes, it would.
You'll understand that when we get in a few weeks.
Yeah, about 10 weeks. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. You're next. I was about to read G's comment.
Okay, so get this lined. Messenger is not wanting to cooperate with me here. There we go. G Brewer says, I love Bluebird, but it makes me feel good, and I love the bouncy beat. I think Eric Paul Johnson gets it. I completely disagree, other Eric. I think you might be totally overthinking it. Sorry, I am responding while listening. I recommend that both of you listen to the most recent double album version of Secret Messages. I disagree with Troy, too. Hi, Troy. I believe that bluebirds are a fixture in history, literature, and art. Not an unusual topic for music and lyric.
Since that episode was recorded, I don't know, 9 or 10 weeks ago, I have listened to the double album version, at least on Spotify. Hopefully that's the same one that is out there for everybody to get. Well, that looked weird. It's like a microphone head popping out of Hugh McDowell's chest. I'm kind of like, is there a reason for me to buy it since I already have all the songs and I made my own version of the double album long time ago with Beatles Forever. So, and they chop down After All. Oh, that episode hasn't posted yet, so I shouldn't say anything about it. No. Mike Hudson. Bluebird is one of those songs that I teeter-totter with. I like it, but I don't think it's anywhere near the best track on Secret Messages. I do like the overall sound. Those lush acoustic guitars are fantastic. Love the keyboards, etc. I do like the transitions in this song, from verses to chorus and the arpeggio guitar in the middle. Great stuff. To me, the drum machine pattern kind of wears a little thin after a bit. I wish there was more variation to it, but I can't really say anything. In my life, I've owned 3 different drum machines and have yet to ever sit down to figure out how to program any of the ones I've owned. On the rare times I ever used any of them, I just put in a single 1 or 2 bar pattern and let it repeat. Pretty much what it sounds like Jeff, Richard, or whoever programmed the beat for the song. I see the same thing in a number of other songs on Secret Messages as well. Of course, the better thing to have done was to use the other drum machine they had. Of course, the better thing to have done was to use the other drum machine they had available. Bev. There is one thing I could do without in this song. The repetitive work, 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 work. I don't know what it is about that, but it drives me bonkers. Kind of like the silly disco siren effect in Last Train to London.
I like the siren effect in Last Train to London. That's because it is so cheesy and disco-y, but
Yeah,
but the work part, yeah. Yeah, that annoyed me in that song.
I liked the work part.
Yeah. Well, then we have to do a Rihanna podcast at some point.
Rihanna? Just one of your obscure weird groups?
No, I'm trying to remember what her name is. One that work. That's the entire song, basically.
Rihanna?
Rihanna?
Isn't there somebody?
That's her name. I don't know. The one that. Yeah. No, that would have been a very inappropriate comment.
Hey, watch it. Pam Van Allen's watching.
Yeah. No. That would have been the way I was going to phrase it was going to make me sounding like I was making light about something that you do not make light about, even as a joke. But yeah. But Rihanna, I guess that's how you pronounce her name.
I think so. I was trying
to remember. I just because of course the first thing that pops in my head is Rhiannon.
Well, yeah, the Fleetwood Mac, and that one I know. Rihanna, I know she exists. What she's done, I don't know.
She's not very good, and yeah, the song she typically does are horrible, and that's kind of what that work part reminded me of.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. That's all the comments I got here.
Yeah, Rhiannon is a great song, and it's also a coworker of mine. I've been, but the thing is, I think if I mention the song, all I get is a blank stare. Yeah,
that's going to happen with the kids. Although I'm not really crazy about the Fleetwood Mac song because I'm not really crazy about Stevie Nicks' voice.
Yeah. Plus, also, I don't usually go up to female coworkers and go, "Did you know your name is a song?"
It's a song about
that I really like.
I think about you every time better if I don't have the reflection of the glasses. I think about you every time I hear it.
You're taking it further than I was.
Think about you every time I hear it, and I play it a lot. It's always playing. It's him playing in my head right now. So you're in my head right now with the song. You want to go out for drinks?
No.
I don't understand why I didn't get many dates.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I understand the reason I don't get very many dates right now is the wife interferes.
There's that too. I gotta. Yeah. Before I go on a date with somebody else, I gotta clear it with the wife. So.
And for some reason, there's always a one-word answer.
Is it sure?
No.
No, it's not sure.
No, it's just a plate broken over the head. But anyway.
Well, I think we're done here.
Okay.
All right. Well, I can't leave without first showing off